Hey guys, what is up? This is the third part of the Russian Let's Play. Sorry about yesterday, I didn't record. I wasn't really feeling up to it. I was just doing a lot of college work right now, so just sort of getting on top of that first. So, what we did in the last part of the game is to mainly just solidify our position around here. We've taken over part of two territories from the Ottomans, and I'm gradually wanting to expand onto attack the Chinese. Um, but at the moment, all that we're doing right now is sort of solidifying the homeland, as it were. We've got a large amount of railroads being built. Won't bother with forts because there'd be so much space for them to. There'd be so much amount of forts I'd have to build. It would take me forever. Our industry is still going well, though be it very small and very localized right now. It is growing rapidly, but I think we're all on the way to start underway. I believe, yeah, that is everything. So I think again my next target is either going to be Persia or the Ottomans because they're the people that are the easiest to pick on in Europe, as it were. Eventually, I will need to take out these guys, but I think that can be put off for a little bit for now. So yeah, let's just get underway. Let's turn the game up to full speed because playing on the lower speed is painstaking. So we're about to have another 30k stack, which is superb and is exactly what I need. Um, but yeah, I think there's nothing severe going on in Europe. France is doing sure thing. France is actually at war with two Sicilies. I wonder if that's part of another war. No, it's part of a submission war that they own started. They've most likely got an event for that, I'd imagine. But still, that's fairly good for them, I guess. Right, so we have another one, another ideological focus. Again, I kind of like to focus that in an area where we can get iron. So I'd imagine, yeah, Samara is probably the best place. Or Samara and Perm, which is most of it. So we've got iron down here in 3 iron in Samara. Ural has 2, and Perm has 1. So we're probably going to focus in Samara. Probably going to build that there. Fortunately, we don't have coal here, which is a bit of an issue, but that should be okay, I'd imagine. We are, however, building a steel mill in Kiev. Is that? Yeah, in Kiev. So we're going to focus this here, um, and that should be okay. What we'll do is let's get a steel factory going, and even if that doesn't work, it's just because it just keep it on the map, which should help me a little bit. So I think we're going to go on for clean coal, so we produce more coal, and then we're going to start focusing on military techs. We're getting our spheres of influence going up, which is good. That means obviously that we have they will get the goods that I can produce, and I can get some of their materials, which is superb. It also means that they can't attack me if I was to ever enter a war with their ally or anything like that. So my truce has ended with the Ottomans. So once more, I will justify. Hopefully, won't get a large amount of infamy for that, but this game does like to absolutely ruin me for infamy sometimes. So far everything's going perfectly well. We're just going to pursue on and push on for the next thing, I think. At the moment, like, a big navy isn't really necessary right now. Like, steamers would be nice to get, but if I was someone, say France, Spain, or Britain, that's when it would be important for me to do it, because that's incredibly important for establishing an overseas empire. As you saw just then, I got 7.6 infamy, which realistically is fine. I can deal with that. That's livable. I think the area that I'm probably going to take, maybe Bulgaria, start expanding into the Balkans a little bit. Or could I take a region down here? Does have iron and Trebizond. So does this place actually. It has 2 bits of it. 3 in fact. I'll probably take this place. Was that lead? That's iron. So yeah, I'll probably take this place. I don't know about population. It's got average population, I guess. Opposed to Bulgaria, it's probably the best place to probably take. So I'm going to send 2 more stacks down just to help with that war. Serbia is able to be added to my sphere, which is nice. So I'm starting to get my spheres of influence sort of prepared and ready again, which is good. It's just Wallachia and Moldovia, is that? Yeah, Moldovia just needs to be done. I got Shanghai, which produces a large amount of coal and timber as well, so which is very nice. That should help me. So my top exports are timber. Am I number 1 in the world for that? Timber, I'm number 2 in the world, and then we've got liquor and then chairs. So liquor, I am number 3, and furniture, I am 2nd as well. So we are doing okay. We're not superb, but we're definitely able to compete with a few other powers. What are we like for coal? I notice we're importing coal, even though we're not in the top 5 producers of coal. So I'm going to take that as a good sign, because it means that our nation is expanding quite a lot. The United Kingdom is allied to the Ottomans, which does pose a bit of a threat, but I don't really believe that they'll do much, to be honest. How much war score do I need for that place? Where is it? That's the one. 26, just to make sure that is the right place. Go look. Yeah, it is. That should be fine. I'm not too concerned. I mean, I could call in all of my allies. So, which to be honest, I think I will. Just to ensure that I definitely do win this militarily, because it should be an easy cakewalk for my armies, realistically. So we'll just attack now. The Austrians are helping me with the little puppet states of the Ottomans, which is perfect. So first occupation of a place is done. Just going to move that back there just in case that army needs supporting, which they will. This is largely due to my tech not being superb, so perhaps it is time that does improve. Chase them down. Perhaps it is time that my tech does get a little bit of a revamp, considering how catastrophic that fight actually was. It was very poor considering. Serbia's offering me alliance. I'll take that as well. And am I able to instantly call them in? They will accept. Superb. So, as you can see, with the support from the Prussians, and the Austrians, this war's basically already done. It's just waiting for them to finally kick the bucket and admit defeat. So, all that we're doing now is just moving in, taking over the Balkans. We're not going to even bother taking over this region, because I imagine by the looks of it, the Prussians are going around to do so. But I'm not really phased. The British are doing what the British do and just setting up naval blockades, which is amusing to say the least. But hats off to them. If that's what they want to do, then that's what they want to do. So, at the moment, still maintaining just the constant regime of attacking the Balkans, making sure that they're established as ours. Because this is the area where our main influence will want to be spread. Because it's the centre of most things. It's what was referred to as the gateway of Asia. So if we can manage to cement this as ours, then we will be laughing and we'll have so much stuff to ourselves. Our industries are heavily growing. However, we do have a problem that our glass factory is becoming it isn't getting much workers. I will subsidise it just to support it and encourage movement there. Right, so now we're going to focus on our military a little bit, considering what that battle was just like. So we've taken a few losses in this, which isn't the best, but yeah, see, these battles are going badly purely because I'd imagine their tech is probably better than ours, worryingly. It's actually not, so perhaps my generals aren't as good, which is concerning, to be perfectly honest with you. As to why we're not winning this, because we should be. There's no reason why those battles should be going as badly. I'm going to bring my armies up to an area where they can sort of replenish before we go on the offensive once more, and bring these two down to help out with the assaults down here. Because my allies have got the rest of the Balkans sort of locked down, which is superb, minus this army, but believe it or not, I think this 15 is going in to attack. Oh no, they're passing off and they're not bothering, which is, I mean, that's still fine, to be honest. Here we go. Austria wanting Bosnia as well. I'm inclined to give that to them, to be honest, because they have done a lot of fighting for it, so I think that's more than justified. I don't really have a problem with them establishing demands. I never do. If any of my allies ever want territory, that's fine, providing, of course, I can give it to them. Otherwise, it's just foolish from the AI. But they do that a lot, especially when they when they sacrifice war score for provinces that they can't physically win because it's above the war demands. However, in this particular situation, I believe we should be okay, provided no one's added anything else. Yeah, it's all still fine. What do we need to win this war? 57, which is easy, especially at the rate we're carving up the Ottomans, which is like a warm knife through butter. I'm going to send these back to Orsha purely because the armies are just decimated. We need 3 more of them and 1 cavalry, I believe. Yep. Once you get that, that's that army replenished back up to full. I don't know, what would you say? Full manpower. The Garibaldi's red shirts, these are rebels that helped form Italy, so I'm unsure as to who's done it. Perhaps the one, it might actually be from having the war exhaustion for the Two Sicilies when the French invaded, to be honest, that have caused the Italians to unite, which could actually prove quite bad for the French in actual fact. Somehow the Prussians are losing heavily against the British. This is because they aided the French. They aided the Dutch against the French. So they're now fighting the French as well as the British. So for a Prussian perspective, the faster we can get out of this war, the better. They don't really need to have this army down here, but I imagine that's just there for show. They are mobilised. I could potentially go. I think I will aim to go relieve their forces over here because they are my ally after all. So what I kind of want to do is I want to have access eventually to this port down here. So I guess taking along these things will be quite good because eventually late on in the game you will get oil, and that has fruit and base and not important goods right now. You will eventually get fruit, which is incredibly vital. Not oil, sorry, which is incredibly important later on in the game. It's the same with the islanders of Sumatra. It gets oil around here, which is actually one of the best oil provinces in the entire game. So it's worth invading whilst they're kind of worthless and not worth much war score, opposed to invading when there's good resources there and the army's able to, the occupying existing nation that controls them is actually able to defend them. And it also means that you'll be able to make money off them for longer, opposed to them making money before you take it yourself. This war is going very well. We're near the end of it, which I'd imagine from the Prussian perspective is great. Although the Prussians are actually winning against the French, and they're demanding Alsace-Lorraine, which might be a bit more than the Prussians can chew, to be honest, if they're doing that. We're just going to attack these British in mass, because in this game numbers eventually, not so much as in EU4 or CK2, numbers do have a little bit of an effect. However, depending on your technology and everything, you can win battles regardless, even if you're the weaker nation, via numbers obviously. So we're just mopping up this British force to the point that they won't be able to do much anymore. Yeah, they're gone now, which has helped the Prussians a lot, and it's probably made the British more inclined to surrender. Are you able to piece that now? Because it would be quite nice. No, still not. 57 is what is apparently the target we're still aiming for. The British are adamant the Ottomans have that army and that is it. So I don't really know why they're still fighting. The war's done. All they're doing now is prolonging the deaths, causing more people to die, which is just a form of barbarism and very un-British, I must say. Well, I wouldn't know. I'll say that because I'm British, but other than that, I could be entirely wrong. Just going to continue pushing down to Basra, which is, and then move across and come up through what is Iraq, I believe. So, yeah, Iraq. So it's all the war's done. There it is. There's the peace treaty. 11. No, I'm not able to open them unless these counter states. Yeah, these are all counter states. So if it says place in the sun, where's their place in the sun? Ah, Syria. Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll just peace out now. There it is. There is our nice new Russian region. Down here we're going to quickly slap in some forts just to cement my rule. The Austrians have expanded and also taken Bosnia, so they're nice and very happy with me. The Prussians are equally very happy with me, so it's all going well for me at the moment. Of course that can all turn its head very fast. So we've got a Defender of Christendom. So this is basically what could start the Crimean War. Protectorate denied. So I am basically. So the UK has decided to stop that title from being given to me. I've demanded that they renounce the title. We'll see if anything happens more of it. But sometimes the event just disappears, which is it looks like it's what it's done. But yeah, I'm gonna focus for a little while on just expanding the military. Looks like one of the, for some reason, oh right, this is an Ottoman owned factory, which makes sense, or what the Ottomans did build. We're just going to continue, we'll do armoured professionalism just to get the morale up in the military tactics, which is important. I think if we're able to gain another army, I probably will. No, we're not. Well, actually, yes, we are, because every time I see the Asian bit, I just assume that I can't get them. I think there'll be a way, because I play a lot of the UK. However, in this, Asia is essentially connected to me. We're going to throw in a engineer unit and 4 cannons instead this time, because I think that helps it siege faster. I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't quote me on that, however, but I believe that does make a difference. So at the moment, we're looking fairly strong. We're number 3 in industry, which is very good. We're better than France, which is, you know, if it was left to the AI, it wouldn't be this way. It simply would not happen. So this is all a positive start. What other resources do I have in Samara? Samara, where are you? Samara. We have iron and wheat. It's not great, is it? Kazan would be ideal to build like a timber yard, I'd imagine. How many people are in Kazan? Quite a few, yeah. Samara's got equally a large amount of people. I think what we're going to do here is we do have that, we do have wheat. We don't have fish, but we've got a canned food factory, which if we get, could potentially lead us to us being very strong with regards to, if we mobilise, other nations won't be able to get their goods, which could potentially cause a chokehold on other nations. It would work well for us. So we've got this red means that there's enough